Brandel, Paige, you both live here. What is the impact of this event to this region and golf as a whole?
Well, the obvious, what we talked about with the charity dollars is there. But in addition to that, when you think about the community value of being able to come out, be able to spend time, have people come into town. Do you know how many friends I have saying, hey, I'm flying in, I'll see you there. The relationship building around it, as well as the fact that anybody that lives in the city knows everything shuts down. Everything. My kids are out of school on Friday early. You know it's because there's a lot going on, and they want the community to be able to enjoy this event, because this event and ultimately ends up giving back to the community.
Yeah, and Matt did a wonderful job there of just talking about the impact of this tournament. 18 million changed last year, 16 million had changed the year before, 20 some odd expected this year. This tournament's benefits extend far beyond the people who come to the tournament. Just like in Arizona, the game's benefits extend far beyond the people who play it. So golf in Arizona is not just big business, it's huge business. It's a $6 billion industry. It provides 66,000 jobs. That pays 2.5 billion, roughly 2.5 billion in salaries, which results in about $500 million in income tax. 2.5 million people come here every year and spend the night domestically. But when you just start to look at the bang for the buck that you get, because there's a big push, and there are a lot of people sort of against building golf courses. In Arizona, golf courses, all of them in Arizona, use a little bit less than 2% of the water supply. A little bit less. And they're not using Evian. It's reclaimed water. Okay? It's gray water. So it's a little less than that for $6 billion. To give you some context there, agronomy, agriculture, uses 70% of the water supply and has a $23 billion impact. There is hardly a more sophisticated irrigation system in all of the United States than they have here in Arizona. And what I would say about Arizona is that they're responsible stewards of that water supply. And the money that they spend for golf, it's not just about hotel stays or restaurants or spas. Over $100 million annually gets donated through golf as a vehicle, which wouldn't happen without that water, to charities. Those charities go to children, distressed families, women, first tee obligations, which, yes, they're protecting the traditions of the game of golf, but they really are about helping the physical and mental well-being of young kids, of families. So when you start to look at the impact of the game of golf, again, it extends far beyond those who play it. Again, this tournament extends far beyond those people who come here.
Golf, a huge part of the lifeblood of this region, and this event just seems to be the heartbeat of so much that is done in a positive way, affecting a lot of people who want to enjoy a wonderful week here at TPC.